Well, Chris, different time slot for this week's edition of the weekly progress reports. Another good weekend for the stable, a big result. Catkins down in Melbourne and the two winners here at the home track at Rosehill.
Yeah, it was good, Liam. They're all racing well in Melbourne, and when you get a bit of luck on your side, it helps as well. And Catkins certainly overcame a bad draw, and it was a proud moment to win a race on Cox Plate Day, especially in the Cerise.
And Foreteller, geez, he was good.
He was good. Had that little feeling come into my heart about the 200 metre mark, but beaten by three good horses. We obviously ran fourth, but the three horses in front of us weren't stopping, and we were obviously finishing off better than anything, but it's hard when they don't stop in front of you.
And back to Sydney, your old faithful, Mullican, has got a turn of foot.
33 something he run the last 600. I thought he'd be leading and running them into the ground, but well rated by Glenn Schofield, and sure enough, proved the boss right.
Collini in the Lexus. He was the winner of this race last year. He's going towards the Melbourne Cup again.
Hopefully we don't have to run him, but we will have to run him if he doesn't look like getting a start in the Cup. And obviously two horses can jump in, the winner of the Lexus and the McKinnon. That's if they're not already in the field, but it's too hard to take that gamble. So if we can't see him being clearly 23 or 22 on Friday afternoon, he'll be running on Saturday, and hopefully he'll have to win there again and push on to the Melbourne Cup 3 days later, which I don't think is ideal.
The big kelp, Zuster. The Coolmore Stud Stakes, his work looked pretty sharp on Tuesday morning at Flemington. You were down there surrounded by your entourage of media personalities. I was one of the few that wasn't there.
Well, we're not a personality yet.
I'm a personality. I'm just not like those other Gordons with a microphone and a little symbol on
it.
I don't do that. Hey, can you offer us an exclusive? Any news on stud deals? Nothing.
I know he was getting vetted this morning, being Friday, and today's only Thursday. Getting vetted this morning, and last night he had his male organs checked. I think they were all okay. So getting close to a deal. But the horses work very well, as you say, worked good Tuesday morning. I think it's been very smart to take him down there and give him a bit of experience up the straight, because he was lost last Friday in his jump out and just powered up the straight Tuesday morning, so he's on song, ready to fire.
Sounds good. Moriarty goes to the McKinnon Stakes, Group 1 weight for age, over the 2,000 metres. It was a very good run in the Caulfield Cup, back to weight for age conditions. But you take a line on his Hill Stakes win, he'd be right in this?
Yeah, for sure. Since then, though, he's had the two 2,400 metre races, so hopefully that hasn't taken the edge off him. In saying that, we've endeavoured to keep him as fresh as we can. So I'm hoping it's going to be a true test. But as you say, the Hill Stakes was a good win, and he's a good horse. So let's hope he can get a chance at that weight for age level against these types of horses.
The two mares in the Group 1 Maya Classic, Catkins on the 7-day backup after her dominant win last Saturday at Moonee Valley, and Red Tracer also a dominant last start winner.
Yeah, awkward gates, both of them. It's quite interesting to see how they do the fields at Flemington. It's like they put us in barrier 10 every time, and then draw the rest of the horses.
Hang on, just pick that up.
Sorry, Len.
You dummy.
But as I continue to say, barrier draws are only something you talk about before a race. You try and make sure everything's 100% with the horses, then all of a sudden something out of your control jumps in, but we won't get too worried about that. They're both very good horses, and hopefully they'll not only be next to each other in the starting gates, but also at the finish line.
Riva de Lago, barrier 10, Jim Cassidy, 1,400 metres.
Barrier 10?
Winnable? Yeah.
Okay.
Well, what barrier do you think he was jumping from?
I thought it'd be 11 or 9, or 10.
10, yeah, definitely.
He'll go back, won't worry him, and just have the last crack at them. He's had a bit of racing this prep, that's my only concern, but his racing's all been very good. So I think he deserves his chance on the big day.
Head north, Rosehill Gardens, another big team in for the day. Christy Lee, the first race. The fillies and mares benchmark 80, 1,200. Good win at the end of last prep before heading for a let-up.
Yep, give her a couple of weeks off after that, and had this race in mind for her resumption. So here she is. She's trialled well. Looks a pretty tough race. The unbeaten White Sage is in there, but I like our filly. I think she's a good horse. So I think she'll get home well, and I think she'll be in for good preparation.
She's had a few little tendencies to race, I wouldn't say ungenerously, but she's got a few little issues that have prevented her from winning more races up until now. You've ironed them out, I hope.
Well, last win was aided by a very good ride. That helps. But she's getting there, just a slow maturer, which you can relate to.
Funny boy this morning. Double happy in the 2-year-old. 1100 metres. Drawn another good gate in barrier 13. Glyn Schofield aboard.
Nice colt, Liam. Did things upside down last start, missed the start, and they had no luck, basically, that was it, and finished off well. Wide draw, sure it's hard, but he'll make his own luck. He's a big striding horse, he'll probably appreciate a bit of room.
The 3-year-old event over 1200 metres, 2 runners. Amavaccio, the first of those, barrier 1. Obviously showed good ability last preparation. Looks a more mature horse this time.
Yeah, certainly, and trialled very well. Good field again. 3-year-old racing in Sydney. In fact, racing in Sydney is always very strong, and I think that's why our form carries through to Melbourne and gives all the trainers from Sydney great representation. So this race looks tough, but he's come back well.
Earnest Desire, he's had a few weeks between his last start when finishing unlucky 5th or 6th behind Chateau Lafay. He's back to 1200 metres. How's he heading and looking towards Saturday?
Hard horse to get a line on, and considering he beat Chateau Lafay the start before that, I think he's gone backwards a little. So we've just got to try and work him out. Maybe he's just an ordinary worker, and maybe forget last start where he did finish down the track, but could be ready for a spell, and we'll make that decision in the next 24 hours.
The 1800 metre race, benchmark 85, 2 runners, done nothing wrong. Serge Lisney aboard, no weight. Will obviously roll forward, I'd imagine, from his wide draw.
Yeah, just we'll have a look at the form and speed maps, obviously, but his last start was good. He was only beaten about 2 lengths, and he was just as strong on the line as he was at any other stage. So he's a one-pace middle distance horse, and we need to utilise him to that effect.
Index linked, he was good the other day, Caulfield Cup Day, at Randwick, but hit the line well, only by the barrier margins, but the 1800 distance looks like it'll suit.
Yeah, plus I think barrier 7 from memory should give him some cover. The further he gets into his preparation, the more tractable he races, and that was indicated last start where he did things pretty well. And it looks a nice distance for him, providing he settles.
Rastro, 1100 metres, scratched out of last Saturday, and the field ended up with a field of about 8 or 9. You've got him in Saturday in a field of about 100 runners. He's drawn barrier 12, 1100 metres, good win first up, but much weaker grade than what he was facing last Saturday. Yeah,
it was a tough race last Saturday, and he's trained on well since that first up win. Awkward gate he has to overcome. 1100 metres, it's a tough race. They just seem to go the whole way, whereas 1200 you can get away from being, or you can be used up early and still have a breather mid-race, but 1100 not quite the same. So just see how he jumps, but he looks well.
6 runners in the Falante, take out Reva de Largo, reduced to 5. She's got a strong line up here. We'll kick off with Cope AT, Johnny Kissick, barrier 1, heads to New Zealand Monday night after Saturday.
Well, hopefully he's got a win next to his name, Liam, as well. In saying that, he's already looks like he's going to be the top weight in that New Zealand race, so that's a bit disappointing, but obviously a reflection on the strength of the race too. But the horse is very well. Got exposed a long way from home first up, and I'd say Saturday from a good gate we can smother them up and give them the last crack at them.
Fulger, barrier 3, 1500's obviously a little bit short of what he wanted, but he was withdrawn from the 1200 metre event last Saturday. He's obviously going okay.
You punters, you just fall into everything. If you're something was scratched and you say it's safe for next week, you just think it's a living certainty. But he's a handy horse. And I think 1500 metres is perfect for him first up. Probably 13 or 1400 metres would be sharp enough. But good horse, did a great job last prep, winning Flemington, coming back to Sydney and winning, and handy horse. So look out for him this preparation.
And just out of interest, he's forward enough for the 1500 metres first up.
If anything, he'll jump out of the barriers about 5 seconds early. That's how ready he is.
Way out for the exotic players. We've got the Quinella. Permit, disappointing last prep, but we know he's got ability, winning the Chairman's Handicap in the autumn 2 seasons ago. Barrier 2, 1500 metres. He'll need further?
He will, but he'll be one flashing home late, 4th or 5th, I reckon. He's a good horse early in his prep, and it seems to be later in the prep that he struggles. So he'll just run a cheeky race. He's been in work a long time, had 2 trials, finished last in both, but just be nice to see him finishing off strong.
Secessio, trialled enormous, winner over a bit of ground last prep, but looks like he's strengthening and maturing.
Yeah, he did need ground to find his best form last prep, but as you say, he's trialled very well. And yeah, I've got a soft spot for the horse. I think he's a pretty handy horse when he is right, when he's really well. He struggled with condition early preparation last time, but this time no problem at all. He's come back much stronger.
Remember when he first arrived from Germany, he went up and had a look at him in his box, and I think
a bit like that pole.
Guy Mulcaster was with you and asked would they leave the other half on the plane trip over,
And some.
and he's strengthened up a lot. Tromso on the back up, probably on face value was disappointing last week, but when you look back at the day, the way the track was playing leader's bias, his run might have been okay.
I hope so. He needs to start showing us something. So Saturdays is one of the final chances, I guess.
Just got a guest appearance there, Johnny Mock in the background. Morning, Johnny.
Morning.
Monsoleil and specific choice in the 1400 metre event. Johnny's looking healthy. We'll go with Monsoleil, Johnny Kissick, barrier 5. Disappointing last start, but a good run first up.
Yeah, first start run was good, last start was terrible. Don't know what happened there. Maybe the firm track. Back to home track Rosehill, where he performs a little bit better in the past, and let's hope he gets home strong.
And specific choice, the big fella, trialled well. He obviously won the Inglis race back as a 3-year-old here at Rosehill over this distance, I believe, or 1500 metres it was.
Yeah, 1500, Huey Bowman went to the front, got the cash.
Huh,
100,000.
Had a bet that day, did you?
No, but it was just good to see a horse like him win like that, because he's a handy horse. Only had the one trial leading into Saturday, but I've had this race picked out for a long time. Awkward gate, barrier 10 is it?
Yeah.
Barrier 10. Thought we'd go back or go forward. We've got 2 options there. But geez, a good horse, and I think once he's fully fit, you'll see this preparation. Obviously, first up, it's always a question mark. You've got to be rock hard fit to win in Sydney. That I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see.
The last couple of nights, you've been active shopping in the UK. I know Guy's been on the receiving end of a few sprays when he's missed out on a couple of new foretellers and Moriarty's, but overall we've got 8 so far, a couple more to come this morning. Pretty happy with what you got?
Yeah, I am. Paid a little bit extra for them this year, I feel, but good handy horses, and yeah, we're getting a little bit more selective, hence the reason they cost a little bit more. So no, the boys over there, Tim and Guy, have done a great job, and hopefully a couple more to come.
Looking forward to the week?
I think so. Bit of a routine man, Liam, so once I get into a routine in Melbourne, I'm sure I'll be fine. But having our own base there will be good. We've got an office there and can keep an eye on what you're up to.
Is that the office I work at, the Crystal Club, I think they call it, at Crown? Is that where we're working from this year, or are we working somewhere else?
Surprise to you. It has got 4 walls, but that's about all.
Hey, just quickly, we're not going to get a chance to mention them prior to next week, but the Melbourne Cup runners...
I thought we'd do a Melbourne Cup special.
Oh, we are doing a Melbourne. Forgot. All right, punters, Tuesday, tune in. We're going to have a big Melbourne Cup special from Melbourne.
Throw your camera in Monday. We'll see if we can get in amongst the
Dead
entourage
set.
down there.
Crown, we'll do it at the Welcome Bar or something. But get in, honestly, punters, Tuesday morning, we'll have a special for you. Good luck, Chris.
Thanks.